Hey there, I'm Mike Dunn with Gaming Trend, and we're here at Gen Con 2023 at the Smirk and Dagger booth with Scott Brady, the designer of BOOoop and BOOoop.
That's correct.
As well as other titles like Hues Cues and refresh me.
Well, there's nothing else out yet.
Oh,
In the
okay.
pipeline.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little ahead of myself.
Yeah.
But Scott, I know BOOoop just won an award at Origins.
Yep.
And I know you've had some amazing success with BOOoop here at Gen Con. Tell us a little bit about that and how that makes you feel.
Sure. So BOOoop came out in December of last year originally, and to our surprise, we couldn't keep it in stock. It was completely sold out in 2.5 weeks of the first run. The second run sold out in a week, and we just couldn't keep up. We couldn't get it shipped over here fast enough. And then we were fortunate for it not to only win the Origins Retailer Game of the Year, but it was also awarded the coveted Mensa Select Award.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
That's a big one.
That really shows the power of, putting a cute theme on something that's actually a pretty serious game for a lot of people. So we were extremely honored to have that happen to us. But so fast forward here to Gen Con, and this is the first time BOOoop has been at Gen Con.
That's right.
Since it just came out in late last year. And at the same time, we had jokingly talked about doing a Halloween version because we thought BOOoop would be such a cute name.
Right.
And we started in February-ish talking about that, joking around about that, and spent the next month or so, now that we already had a name, figuring out what we wanted to do with it. And so we took the base game, added what the hobby would call a mini expansion inside the box as well, and of course came up with some extremely cute, extremely unique artwork for it, and hence BOOoop was born.
Wow, so I didn't realize that you came up with the idea of BOOoop so not that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long
Right?
ago. It was a joke that turned into a real thing. I mean, it made sense.
Yeah.
Halloween is one of those holidays that a lot of people celebrate year round. I mean, that whole idea. So
We do this in my house. Yeah.
do you?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we were glad to be able to pull it off so quickly. We really didn't change much about the game. I mean, it was more the artwork and then finding a nice new mechanic, which I think we had introduced a real innovative mechanic to the game with the ghost cats that hasn't been done before, because the ghosts actually travel on the seams of the board instead of on spaces themselves.
Nice. Yes, no, BOOoop has been a favorite in our house. I actually got it for my oldest daughter for Christmas last year.
Oh, nice.
Because I think I brought back one of the pins that you guys had at PAX Unplugged.
Right.
And she was like, oh, I need that game. I need that game. And so I was one of the lucky few that actually got a copy on day one.
Okay. Right.
And it's a good thing I did, because I don't think my daughter would have forgive me if I didn't bring it up with me. So, but that's an amazing turnaround. Like from just February to now is super quick, and the fact that you have sold out multiple times this week of BOOoop, and even had extras brought in.
Yeah. So we anticipated that the demand for Halloween BOOoop would be pretty strong. We brought in 300 copies of Halloween BOOoop and 400 copies of regular BOOoop, figuring that we would sell out of the Halloween and then continue to sell the other one for the rest of the show.
Right.
Halloween BOOoop literally hit the warehouse just a couple days before Gen Con. So we had to drive a truck to the warehouse, pick it up, and just bring it here.
I remember you posted that on Facebook right before the con.
Right.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, that we finally got it. We were guaranteed to have it, and it was going to be about 75 copies a day for the 300. So we ended up not only sell each day. The first day, the allocation sold out in 23 minutes. The second day, it sold out in 8 minutes. And so we had 60 or so left for today. And we realized, of course, that's not going to be enough. But the real catalyst was yesterday at 3 o'clock, we had completely sold out of the regular version and had nothing left to sell at the convention.
Oh, wow.
So it was a mad scramble last night to hire a company to truck 4 pallets late last night, overnight, and have them here at 8 in the morning so we could have more product to sell. And so we had 360 copies this morning of Halloween BOOoop, which were gone in 90 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. That's got to feel really good.
It does. It really, you know, when my first game came out, we were in the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
Conventions weren't happening. So I personally never got to experience those moments of interacting with the customer and saying, thank you for trying my game, and hope you, everything was being done online. So I kind of missed out on that experience. So this, for me personally, has been an amazing experience to see people line up for something I created. And yeah.
And by the way, if you haven't tried Hues Cues, it's a great game. We've got a really good review up on the site for that. I highly encourage you to check it out. I think that one it definitely deserves more attention. I'll be honest. I think it's a great game. Now, you've got what, two really good games plus a kind of spin-off game.
Right.
What do you have? What's cooking in your head right now as far as stuff to do?
Well, so I can assure you that this is not the end of BOOoop.
Awesome.
First of all, there was originally a version supposed to come out this fall that we've bumped till next year because it's a success of the Halloween version.
Right.
So this new version uses a completely new board. It's hex-based instead of square-based.
Oh, interesting.
You're actually building these cute little Pixar-style robots who might drop a piece or two off of their bodies when they line up in a row, and those do certain things.
Robot cats.
Well, we haven't decided if they're going to be robot cats or dogs or just like number 5 robots, but something real cute and marketable. And any strategies you learn from BOOoop don't necessarily carry over into this new game because the
hexes is
acts very
completely
differently.
Different thing,
Acts very differently. So that is an already announced upcoming title. There have been a lot of requests for a Christmas version, and we've got some really creative ideas in mind for that, but obviously that's not going to happen this year.
Yeah.
We'd be looking at next year at the earliest. I think the development on that's going to take a little longer to do what I wanted to do.
Nice.
Other than that, outside of the BOOoop line, I've got a game coming out from Arcane Wonders next year.
Oh, excellent.
It's a inductive logic card game that's going to inexpensive, like $15 to $20.
Okay.
But that's similar to playing Uno, but if Uno didn't have any rules that you knew to follow.
Right.
So you can think of it as a cross between Uno and the classic game of Mao, if you're familiar with that one, where it's someone knows the rules and the other people have to figure out the rules as they play.
Okay, I think I have heard of that. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
So that's coming out, and we're working on hopefully what will be a follow-up to Hues Cues.
Excellent.
In a inexpensive $10, $12 card game as well.
Excellent. Now, do you have a name for that next BOOoop game?
Oh yes, so the robot version's been named already, and it was much like the Halloween game came named first because we wanted. So this one became robots because we wanted to call it Beat Boot.
Nice. That's fantastic. Well, I can only imagine how much more success BOOoop and BOOoop are going to have even well after Gen Con.
Yes.
Obviously, you won the retailer award for BOOoop, so I'm anticipating that the new version is going to sell just as well or possibly even better than the original.
That's what we hope. So
Where
this,
do we know? Do you know when they're going to hit local
Yes.
game stores?
Actually, I got notification this morning of 2 game stores that already got their allocation.
Oh, excellent.
So the
excellent.
distributor was very quick in getting them out. It is available for pre-order on Smirk and Dagger's website, and those will start shipping on the 10th, which is just this week.
Oh yeah.
And I would expect to see it in most friendly local game stores, and as well at Barnes & Noble and Amazon within the next couple of weeks.
Awesome.
This Halloween version is a one-off limited edition.
So one and done.
It's going to be one print only.
Wow. Okay.
We're trying to decide whether or not to do a slightly different version for Gen Con next year with the same mechanics, but maybe different costumes for the kids.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a cool way to do it. That way it still maintains its like limited
Right.
kind of collectability of
Right.
it, but it also allows new players to experience it for themselves.
Yep.
Excellent. And then of course there's probably going to be the inevitable big boop, big box, right? Like I like to get ahead of myself.
If we could figure out a way to bring live cats in here, we would.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot, Scott.
Alrighty.
And congratulations on all the success
Appreciate
with
it.
BOOoop.
Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.